Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker is a masterclass in manipulation and psychological warfare. It advises that in the quest for power, sometimes the most effective strategy is to appear less intelligent, less competent, or less informed than you truly are. By playing the fool, you lure your adversaries into a false sense of superiority. They will underestimate you, revealing their weaknesses and true intentions while lowering their guard. This law is about letting others overplay their hand, giving you the advantage to outmaneuver them at a critical moment. The essence of this law lies in the power of deception. By pretending to be a sucker, you create an illusion that you are harmless or too naive to pose any threat. This makes people more willing to trust you, offer assistance, or share information they might otherwise withhold. Their guard drops because they believe you are not smart enough to understand the game being played. But beneath this facade, you are carefully observing and calculating your next move, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. This tactic is rooted in the idea that most people are driven by ego and the desire to feel superior. If you present yourself as someone who is beneath them, they will naturally want to assert their dominance. They will speak openly, boast about their achievements, and flaunt their supposed superiority. As they do this, they expose their vulnerabilities, allowing you to gather valuable information about their motives, weaknesses, and strategies. In essence, you are letting their arrogance work against them. Playing the fool is not about genuinely being incompetent or weak. It is about crafting a carefully controlled performance. You give just enough evidence to make others believe you are not a threat, but you never actually lose sight of your true objectives. This strategy works because most people are not inclined to look deeper. They accept surface appearances and act accordingly. By manipulating this tendency, you can use their misjudgment to your advantage. One of the greatest advantages of this law is that it allows you to operate in stealth. When people believe you are too foolish to understand the intricacies of a situation, they often reveal their hidden agendas, confident that you won't be able to comprehend or exploit the information. They may become careless, sharing plans or making decisions in front of you that they would never reveal to someone they saw as a rival. This gives you a significant advantage, as you can plan your moves with knowledge they don't realize you possess. This strategy also applies to negotiations and business dealings. If you appear overly eager or unsophisticated, people may believe they can take advantage of you, offering deals that are skewed in their favor. But because you have been playing the sucker, you can feign ignorance while subtly guiding the negotiations to a point where you emerge with the better end of the bargain. By pretending to be outmatched or uninformed, you can bait others into thinking they have the upper hand, all while positioning yourself to come out ahead. Another key element of this law is the patience it requires. Playing the fool is a long game. It is about waiting for the right moment to reveal your true capabilities. In many cases, the more you allow people to believe you are a sucker, the more they will feel emboldened to overreach or become overconfident. And when they do, they expose themselves to a decisive counterstrike. The art of playing a sucker is in knowing when to maintain the facade and when to drop it, catching your opponent off guard when they least expect it. In power struggles, this tactic also allows you to avoid early confrontations. By not presenting yourself as a threat, you can sidestep conflict while quietly gathering allies, resources, or information. Your enemies focus their attention on others who appear to be more formidable opponents, leaving you free to build your strength in the shadows. When the time is right, you reveal your true intentions, but by then, it may be too late for your adversaries to stop you. It's important to note that playing the sucker requires a nuanced understanding of human nature. You must be able to read people accurately and assess how they perceive you. If you overplay the role and come across as too incompetent, others may dismiss you entirely, which could close doors or opportunities. The key is to strike the right balance, appearing just naive enough to be underestimated, but not so much that you lose respect or credibility. You must always maintain control of the narrative and be ready to pivot when the situation demands it. There is also an element of humility in this law, though it is a humility born out of cunning rather than sincerity. By suppressing your own ego and allowing others to feel superior, you gain the upper hand. Many people are too proud or too eager to display their intelligence or power, which often leads to missteps. But by willingly playing the fool, you can maintain a level of detachment that prevents you from becoming emotionally involved in the power dynamics at play. This detachment allows you to think more clearly and make more strategic decisions. In practice, this law is incredibly versatile. It can be applied in professional settings, social situations, and even personal relationships. By pretending to be oblivious or out of your depth, you allow others to reveal themselves to you. Over time, you accumulate knowledge and leverage, positioning yourself for a decisive victory when the moment is right. The ability to play a sucker also hinges on understanding the egos of those around you. People who are vain, insecure, or overly ambitious are particularly susceptible to this tactic. Their need for validation and dominance makes them easy targets for manipulation. They will often go out of their way to prove their superiority, unknowingly falling into the trap you've set for them. By catering to their ego and allowing them to believe they have outsmarted you, you can steer them toward outcomes that serve your interests. Ultimately, Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker is about mastering the art of deception and control. It is about knowing when to conceal your true abilities and when to let others reveal their vulnerabilities. By playing the fool, you allow others to underestimate you, and in doing so, you gain the upper hand in any power dynamic. This law teaches the importance of patience, subtlety, and strategic foresight, all of which are essential for rising to power without appearing to be a threat until it is too late for others to stop you.